Welcome to the Snake Pit.
What's up, y'all? Thanks for joining me back on my channel. Going to be a little late night video here, so not a whole lot of you will watch this, but check this out. Got a hazelnut brown nectar from Rogue. I know I'm not a beer review channel, but I do like a beer every now and again. And what's cool about my local place that I go to is, like, on Thursdays, sometimes Fridays, various companies will come through. You buy a 6-pack or whatever they got, and they'll give you a free glass, one of their glasses. So that's how I wound up with this. I'm not a huge hazelnut guy, but when I did a little sample, it reminded me of moose drool. So not as good, but it reminded me of that. Kind of wishing I'd went with a coffee, because yeah, this I've already drank over the last week or so. I got this one actually not last Thursday, but the Thursday before that. I've gone through all of them. This is the last of the 6-pack. Look at that, pretty nice. One finger of head. Just a nice brown color. My lighting's not too great tonight. Stick with me. Got a few things I want to talk about if you want to listen. Oh, check this out. Reworking the display on top of the safe here, and yeah, boxing up a lot of the old Air Force stuff, Air Force I love me type of stuff, putting it back in the box where it used to sit. Kind of moving on with that phase. I do have a couple of things out, but check this out. Look at that lighting. I don't know how well it's showing up on camera. I can change it. Here, let me dim that main light there. Kind of cool. Change the colors on it. I've actually had these little puck lights for a while. Picked them up at Sam's Club. I don't know if you can still get them, but I used to have them over on the muscle rack or whatever, but now my flag's always up there covering it up, so I moved them over here. Kind of cool. I like it. Like a nice blue there. You can also adjust how bright they are, timer, all that stuff. We'll just leave them on like that. Little mood lighting, I guess. Hopefully I can I don't know, I will probably, I've got a thing ordered to display some shot glasses. I may put some of my challenge coins back on display. Either that or they're going back into, I got them all stacked up over here on this table. Either that or they're going back into a Ziploc baggie where they used to be. Like I said, if you've had moose drool from Big Sky Brewing, this reminds me of that. Not as good on the aftertaste and how it makes you feel later, honestly, but I was kind of surprised because I'm not a hazelnut type person. I actually like this one. Kind of a nutty flavor. A little bit of just a hint of sweet, and especially in the aftertaste, goes down pretty smooth. Kind of a light to medium body and the mouthfeel. That's about as best I can do on a beer review. It is 5.6 alcohol by volume, 33 IBU. And they actually give, you won't be able to see it, but they actually give all their ingredients right there, which is kind of interesting. My favorite is free range coastal water, right from the Pacific. You know, free range coastal water. Alright, guess it actually helps if I charge the camera before I try to use it. Camera angle is a little different because I have it plugged into the receptacle over there, and that's as far over as I could get the tripod to reach with that cord. So, not sure where I left off. Here's where I'm at currently with the beer. I'll just go ahead and rate it now, and if you want to stick around, I have a few things to say, get off my chest, and also, I went and saw John Wick 3. So let me talk about that. No, I won't give any spoilers out, but something funny happened while I was there, at least funny to me. So I would give this a 7 out of 10. You know, it reminds me a little bit of Moose Drool, but the more you know, if you have like 2 of them, that's 2 in a row, it's kind of like, yeah, I'm done type of thing. But so not as good as Moose Drool. 7 out of 10 for me. Maybe it is that hazelnut in there. No matter what, I'm still not a huge fan of it. Palate's changed though. But not bad. Not bad. Rogue. Alright, so I feel like an elephant's trying to come in on me right now. Elephant in the room, if that is a thing on YouTube, I don't know. I have reconnected with some long-standing friends, friend on YouTube. A lot of people stayed in touch with me over the last 5 or 6 months when I kind of took a break from some people, and nothing against them. I was just at a point in my life where I had a lot of stress going on. I still have a lot of stress going on actually, at work, personal life, and then what was supposed to be fun for me, YouTube, became not fun because people were dogpiling me in my perception of it. In hindsight, they're probably trying to be funny, but it was like the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. So if I pissed anybody off, cutting ties or taking a break from my normal people that I hang out with on the YouTubes and stuff like that, sorry. I'm only human, right? But I try to stay classy, not throwing people under the bus, that type of thing. That's just me. What you want to do moving forward, that's up to you. And we'll just leave it at that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, cool. You don't want to know, because it's really a non-issue. But what I miss most is over the last 5 months is trying to help out with you know, the active heroes, Justin's Final Mission, Mr. Holster, which I think I pissed off because, you know, I don't support the NRA anymore. I go with GOA, but that's fine. Whichever way you want to support. You do you. Don't tell me what to do. You do you. I'll do me. Still going to support you if you need help, that type of thing. We're humans. And boom. Leave it at that. So, John Wick 3. I went to go see it. The rest of my family went and saw Aladdin. Yeah, Aladdin. I went and saw John Wick 3, so in there by myself. All I needed was a dang old hoodie, right? Now I'll wear this. Went ahead and got the top row seat. These are like the reclining seats in this theater. Pretty nice. I went ahead and got the top row and all the way over to the left. I just felt, you know, there was something about John Wick. I'm going to go see John Wick 3 in the theater. I just want nothing behind me. I want a wall. Like, I want to be able to observe everything going on. Not that anything happened, and it didn't, except for this. Except for this! So, I'm chilling. You know, I didn't know who, if anyone else would be sitting with me. And for the longest time, like, the previews were going and everything, nobody was next to me. There was people like in the middle row, or in the middle of the back row, and then of course throughout the theater up front. But then all of a sudden 2 dudes come in. I still had the space next to me, to the right of me, but then they sat in that seat and then the other seat, and seriously, between the last movie trailer and the actual beginning of John Wick 3, like there was like a little slight dead silence spot. All of a sudden I hear I was like, what? And I look over, the dude that had showed up had cracked himself, and it was like a tall boy. you know, whatever you want to call it, John Solar, but huge, like the biggest Coors Light I'd ever seen. And he didn't care. Like, he waited, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but it was like when it was nothing, dead silence in the theater. You know, I'm like, all right, well, that happened. You know, whatever, you do you. As long as you ain't bothering me, I'm cool. You know, I got my Coke and popcorn, just enjoying the movie. And throughout the movie, like, he got some sack out. I hear some sack ruffling around, and kind of look over, and he's got these little candies. He's like eating on these little candies. I'm like, all right, whatever. He snuck in candies too, but sneaking in the beer. You know, it didn't bother me too much, but it was like, damn, all right. Some movie theaters actually, they sell beer at the theater and stuff like that, but I remember it's like always been that taboo, sneaking stuff in. Don't tell me you ain't done it. Don't tell me you ain't snuck something in to a movie theater. But straight up snuck in the tall boy, Coors Light of all things, into the theater. He enjoyed John Wick. As far as the movie goes, I won't spoil it for you. It's a good movie. It was worth a watch. Lots of action. Just lots of action. I'm over here. I'm getting excited. Spitting out a little bit. I'm trying not to spoil it. I want to spoil it, but it does. The ending does lead it to the potential of having a John Wick Chapter 4, and also Pop's Quest. I know you're not a fan of John Wick, but I'm starting to think this movie might have been based on your life, and if you actually see it, I'm starting to think there's a real reason why something happened, and it's not what you have led us to believe. So there is that. Go see John Wick 3 in theater while you can. I think it's worth it. It's pretty good. I think 1's still my favorite, but I mean, the first movie in most movie trilogies, or I guess it's a trilogy now, or you know, sequels never are as good as the first one, so take that with a grain of salt, but they're all so far been worth seeing in theater. This one's worth seeing, in my opinion. We'll leave it at that. If it's probably too long, you guys are gone. Stay safe out there. Throwing this up late tonight, Memorial Day, hitting us on Monday. Has its origins actually from the Civil War. So, but just remember those that have given the ultimate sacrifice for our freedoms, and you know, I'll just leave it at that. Boom.